Hello, everybody. I'm very excited to be here today with Jodie Dashore. I am Hans-Günther Kern, and I'm a wellness consultant working with nutritional advice, also giving advice on use of essential oils, doing massage with people with essential oils, and most of all, another very profound passion of mine is, of course, teaching and consulting people in how to produce qualitatively rich and nourishing food on biodynamic farms and gardens. And I'm delighted today because it's been a while that we've been talking, but I know Jodie for 2.5 years now, going back to an international conference on mold and all sorts of issues that we're facing nowadays with our immune system. And I'm delighted today because having seen what Jodie has produced in these 2.5 years is very exciting. And we are here today to talk with Jodie Dashore about her BioNexus Health Clinic, apothecary, and biodynamic farm that we both share in terms of our interest. And Jodie, it's wonderful to see you today and catch up with you again and share this with all the wonderful listeners and viewers out there.
Hello, Hans. It's good to see you too. We met, yeah, you're right, about 2.5 years ago at that conference in London.
Yeah.
And you practice lifestyle choice medicine in the UK, don't you?
That's correct. Yes, you can put it under that umbrella. It's a very holistic approach to living. And as you know, my business is called Holistic Living. And we also started a Holistic Living University just recently.
Amazing.
So I'm very delighted. Jodie, do you want to give us a little bit of a background so we can understand what BioNexus Health is? And you're so dedicated to really work with natural plant-based solutions and approaches to healing. It's very interesting that you're not just doing this in the States, but you're also working globally. So would you just like to tell us a little bit about your background, what you're working with, and how you have also reached out to the world and sharing this on such a wide basis?
Absolutely, Hans. Biodynamic herb farming is something that interests me, biodynamic farming in general. So BioNexus Health Clinic, virtual practice, has patients from over 52 countries around the world now. We specialize here in autism spectrum disorders, tick-borne infections like Lyme disease, mold biotoxin illness, which is also known as chronic inflammatory response syndrome or CIRS. Also work with patients with CFS-ME, autoimmune diseases, gastrointestinal conditions like IBS, Crohn's, ulcerative colitis, other conditions as well like mast cell activation syndrome, multiple chemical sensitivities, cancer, many other chronic illnesses. Our approach is totally non-invasive, using only all-natural plant-based treatment protocols. BioNexus Herbal Apothecary creates all of my proprietary formulations. Everything is artisanally handmade in small batches to preserve the maximum efficacy of the active compounds in the herbs. As you know, with your amazing background, that herbs that are grown with the most advanced organic and biodynamic principles, they get the maximum benefit from the plant power and its multitude of natural compounds and healing properties. So BioNexus Herbals are a beautiful blend of evidence-based Ayurvedic as well as Western herbals. Our farm is a biodynamic farm in beautiful Lancaster, Pennsylvania, pretty close to the apothecary as well. So we can maintain a farm to apothecary freshness in all that we produce. All of our herbs are consciously grown, respectfully harvested, with gratitude for the enormous blessings, the healing power, and the abundance that the plants give us.
I'm impressed. I'm gobsmacked actually, because what I was going to sort of think when you mentioned all the different areas of ailments you're covering, actually, there's probably very little left that you're not treating. And this is just showing how successful and how effective a natural plant-based treatment is when you use the quality herbs that you're describing you're using from biodynamic approach to growing the herbs and really capturing, as it were, the wisdom of the universe in your apothecary. So delighted to hear that. And of course, now the next question that would come up for me is, if I hear all this, I'm going, you know, and I have my own health journey and everybody has their health journey. And as far as I understand, there are not many people around who really are not 100% healthy. So Jodie, you are the author of a recently released book, which is on plant medicine. And I'm very curious, where can we, well, first of all, tell us more about the book.
Yes, I have a recently released book. The book was released on 11/11/2020, and it's called The BioNexus Approach to Biotoxin Illness, a step-by-step guide to sustainable plant-based treatment options. The hardcover edition is available on my website, and the paperback is available on Amazon and pretty much other bookstores worldwide.
Curious now, with you having started actually sharing your knowledge and expertise and experience also in book form, are you considering releasing more books and looking deeper into sharing other aspects of your work?
Absolutely. Regarding additional books, yes, that's true. I've been approached by many parents of children on the autism spectrum, as well as therapeutic practitioners who work with children on the spectrum, who've seen tremendous benefit in the children when we treat using BioNexus herbal protocols. So they've requested me to keep it easier to understand, to write a series of one-topic books on various underlying medical comorbid issues that are often seen in autistic children, and treating those can bring about profound changes in the child. So I expect the first book in that series to be released in a few months' time, not too long.
That's wonderful. Can't wait to see those coming out, and hope everybody else feels the same. I want to just backtrack for a moment and maybe just ask you again also more about your passion and your interest in why you chose biodynamic growing of your herbs over other ways of growing your herbs.
Biodynamic is also known as beyond organic, as you know. And I, with my training in Ayurvedic and as well as the Western herbal training, I found it would be disservice to do anything less. It would be disservice to my patients if the products were not fresh, local, handmade, properly extracted, made in small batches. And that in itself has a tremendous advantage over mass-produced herbal supplements, I feel. Mm-hmm. Now, Hans, I have a question for you. Okay. Now, you have an amazing background in biodynamic farming as a teacher, a mentor, an advisor to large agricultural corporations in many countries around the world. Could you perhaps briefly explain from your perspective about the importance of biodynamically grown medicinal herbs that are also consciously harvested?
Thank you for that question, and also thank you for practicing this very top-notch way of agriculture and gardening and growing of herbs, because I think most of all that to say that while we're looking at producing the highest quality herbs and raw material for all the remedies that you're producing in this wonderful way, close to home, grown and freshly harvested and processed, we also, I think, need to realize that at this day and age, we have as much a responsibility healing Mother Earth and our soils. And as we know, many of the illnesses that are comorbid or chronic illnesses have their origin in the fact that the soils have been depleted. And we hear the modern word of regenerative agriculture, which in a way is recoining the phrase of something that's been happening for 100 years consciously with biodynamic agriculture in a very scientific, artistic, intuitive, and very practical way, both ways healing the earth and healing ourselves and our communities. And most of all, what impresses me with biodynamic approach to farming and gardening and growing, particularly herbs, where we're looking for the compounds, the effective compounds for healing, and having a wide range of their presence in our herbal substances, is the fact that through the special preparations, herbal preparations we actually use to inform and to open up the earth and the plants to receive appropriately all the information that comes from the wonderful facets of the cosmos and the planets and all their dance around us, from the harmony of the spheres, that really, when we look at it, the inception of the resonance, of the healing resonance that rays into the earth every day, which we, if we are outside, receiving freely as a healing substance every day, maybe for a lot of people now who live indoors, really we have to be nourished through taking those also internally. And we're most blessed if we go outside and receive those very high informative substances in the way that we breathe them in, we absorb them through the light, and also through our digestive system and internal use of these wonderful herbal remedies that you're producing. So I think we're kind of killing two birds with one stone.
Thank you for that, Hans.
You're most welcome. So I think we get you back here on stage because we really wanted to hear more about your work. And I'm wondering about well, you have so many places you work in. You mentioned 52 countries. And it sounds like you have outlets in UK, where I am, and the continent. Some people call it Europe here. And then you have also outlets in the Middle East, Asia, and Australia. And I'm just wondering, for people who would like to acquire your wonderful remedies there, how could they best go about to order them or to acquire them?
That's a very good question, Hans. So there has been a tremendous interest in BioNexus Herbals and natural medicine, herbal medicine in general, the last few years, and especially given the current situation since last year, you know, what's going on around the world. And people are gravitating more towards natural substances in helping to keep their immune systems in homeostasis. Regarding the products, BioNexus products being available to the general public, point to note is currently the products are only available through the distributors that I have in UK, Europe, Middle East, Asia, Australia at this point, and also to practitioners only. BioNexus patients worldwide, of course, also have direct access to BioNexus herbal products. Now, due to the tremendous interest from people, we are in process of putting in place the, unfortunately, always required permits and paperwork to be able to make BioNexus Herbals available to the general public. Hopefully very soon. It will be announced on the BioNexus website, via our email blasts, as well as on social media.
That's marvelous. And I know how much work you're putting into this, having to personally had to deal also with the issues of getting new essential oils recognized and certified in the different markets. So I know very much what's involved in that. Yeah. It's a big paper war that's going on, and lots of hours of homework. So thank you so much for putting the time into all this, making it available to the public. Now, you're very special in your work in the respect that you're not only treating, healing, and, well, providing the healing substances for people to heal themselves, because at the end of the day, I think each one of us is our own healer, but also you're sharing a lot of input in terms of informing, educating the public. And I'm most excited that you shared with me already that you're starting a new podcast. So I'm curious, and as I'm excited to see where are we going with this, what is your intention, and when can we expect the launch of all this?
Yes, the BioNexus Health podcast series is coming out soon. It's a very exciting next step for me, Hans. At the request of numerous patients and practitioners, I've decided to go ahead and share my knowledge on the various topics that I specialize in, as well as patient-requested topics, and of course, practitioner-requested topics. We plan on inviting various renowned expert guest speakers as well. I additionally plan on having patients and parents of autistic children sharing their stories of recovery and hope. I feel it is, having hope, stories of hope and healing is very important. And it is also important to bring awareness to natural medicine all over the world. People are really awakening and rising to the fact that natural medicine has so much to offer.
Excited, can't wait, and looking forward to joining the first podcast, listening in and hearing the amazing stories and sharing of other people. And particularly I'm excited about the fact that you're also creating the opportunity for people who had maybe previous issues to share their stories and encourage others to go down that route, because there's nothing more than anecdotal evidence that this is all working. Science is behind it also, but I think when people really hear from each other that this is an effective way of working with the healing process, I think that's wonderful to have that opportunity as affected population to have that opportunity. And wonderful to see you're really supporting all the different tiers of, from the layman and laywoman to the expert and the practitioner. So really commend on that, and I wish you a lot of success with that. But it's not the last stop of getting to know more of you, because there's also another opportunity for people to get resources and additional details about your work, your certifications, your different specialities. And I understand that you have a BioNexusHealth.com website, but also you're on Facebook and on the BioNexus Health. Has that been something you've been doing for a long time now, sharing that also on Facebook? And people can look you up and they just join, become member, register, or how does it work?
Yes, exactly. So yes, I've been, BioNexus has a Facebook page where we keep that updated with any latest events or if there is any product updates happening. So that's the best place. I do have a lot of followers that follow the BioNexus page. Now, the podcast is going to be a YouTube channel. So that's another place that people can subscribe. The best way, if you're looking for a consultation, is to contact us online, to contact the office online. So visit the website, www.bionexushealth.com, as you mentioned, and fill out the new patient appointment form, and our patient coordinator will get right back in touch with you.
Wonderful. It sounds like you have a wonderful, effective support team also on your side, not just in the production of your wonderful remedies, but also in your in-house support of patients, clients, and other professionals. I'm seeing that we're coming more or less to our end. I'm wondering if you have a last comment or anything you would like to share before we're closing.
Actually, thank you for doing this today. I really appreciate you being here and in helping me highlight what BioNexus Health is all about. So much appreciated.
Well, it's a great privilege and honor to be at your side here and accompanying your journey. And, not much more to be said other than being very happy to do this and to join this amazing community of health professionals and being part of this journey. And just want to say a warm thank you. Invite everyone who is listening and viewing this to subscribe to the YouTube channel and all the opportunities that you find to actually inform yourself more about what Jodie is doing. And that is it for today. I invite everybody to really grow and take this opportunity and change now, because now is the time to change, not tomorrow. So blessings on your journey, Jodie, and everybody who is partaking in this wonderful work and exploration with you.
I would like to say thank you again. And I hope you have an amazing day. I understand that you're at a retreat, and many blessings to you as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Jodie. And over.